Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exciting episode of Trigger Warning Radio. I am your host, the Kaiju Conservative. So we got some late breaking news that just proves that the Broward County dumpster fire is continuing unchecked, and it comes from Laura Loomer, political activist, conservative political activist, and journalist. So it seems, according to Laura Loomer's website, an exclusive on her website, just around 6 p.m. Sunday night, she got a tip from an insider that an Avis employee had contacted the police at the Fort Lauderdale airport because they had found a box labeled provisional ballots, along with some signs as well, in the back of a rental car that had been returned to Avis. Now, the police apparently did not want to touch the ballot boxes. There were two boxes, a gray box and a red box. The Fort Lauderdale Airport police did not want to touch the ballot boxes. They didn't want anything to do with it at all. So this employee called Richard DiNapoli, who is the Broward County GOP state committeeman, and he went over there and he discovered the ballot boxes and took pictures of the boxes. And the Broward County Sheriff's Department was called as well. Well, Broward County Sheriff's Department apparently took swift control of the scene, declared the bomb threat, and basically shut everybody out of it. Nobody was given access. They were even denying reporters access to report on exactly what was in the boxes. But again, Laura Loomer managed to get some pictures via Richard DiNapoli, as well as some video of it, showing exactly what what those boxes were. So we've got a quick little clip from Richard DiNapoli. Let's go ahead and play that for you here.
Hi, this is Richard DiNapoli, Broward GOP State Committeeman, here at the Fort Lauderdale Airport. I got a call from an Avis rental employee that he had contacted the sheriff's deputies upstairs at the airport, and they weren't interested in reporting this. So he contacted me, and it turns out there are some provisional ballot boxes and other materials from the supervisor of elections left within a Avis rental car. And the rental car was rented to a gentleman by the name of Noah Holliman, who's a Democrat who actually donated to Andrew Gillum, and I believe the sheriffs are coming right now. I just saw a car come by right there.
So Broward County Sheriff's Office, like I said before, they were called. They took control of the evidence, and then they immediately started tweeting on their official Twitter account about how there was a bomb threat or a suspicious package at the Fort Lauderdale airport, and then they proceeded to shut down Terminal 4 for a couple of hours while they quote-unquote investigated this quote-unquote suspicious package that they knew was labeled as provisional ballots. They knew exactly what was in there, ladies and gentlemen, and then they started tweeting about a bomb threat. They blocked media from gaining access to the area where the ballots were being held, and caused travel delays and potentially panicked a good number of people. Why? Why would they do that? Why not just say, hey, we found these boxes labeled as provisional ballots at the Fort Lauderdale airport. We're taking them into custody. We'll work with state officials. More details to come. Why didn't they just say that and leave it at that? And that would have, people would have accepted that. People would have been like, okay, well, we've got this new hiccup here down in Broward County, but it's all being dealt with. No, instead, they went ahead and they concocted this story about a bomb threat, which the local media has gone completely along with. Like I said, there's absolutely no mention anywhere in any of the local media about how this was a box of ballots that was found. The only outlets that are reporting this are conservative outlets like Laura Loomer, the Gateway Pundit, Town Hall, and there's one or two others that I managed to find as well. But most people are just simply reporting this as a suspicious package that was found, deemed to be safe, and shut down Fort Lauderdale Airport for a few hours. But wait, it gets worse. Yeah, no, it gets a whole hell of a lot worse. The most interesting thing about all of this is who was driving that rental car. Now, the person who returned the rental car and who was driving the rental car is somebody named Noah Holliman. Now, Noah Holliman is a Broward County employee. Well, isn't that interesting? Very, very interesting as well. In fact, I believe he works for I believe he works for Brenda Snipes. I'm not 100% certain on that. I got to do a little bit more digging on there, but I do believe he's a Broward County employee who works for the Broward County Supervisor of Elections office. But anyway, apparently, according to Laura Loomer, he is he is not only a Broward County employee, he is a Democrat, and he is friends with Sheriff Scott Israel on Facebook. Now, ordinarily, if somebody being friends with us with a public figure on Facebook, that's not anything to be concerned about, really. It's not anything. I mean, I'm friends on Facebook with a lot of public figures, but none of them friended me back, of course. We like their pages and that sort of thing. So that in itself is not inherently suspicious. But when you take into account the fact that he was driving a rental car where in the trunk there were boxes of ballots, yeah, that's a little suspicious. And also, Noah Holliman has been photographed with Andrew Gillum. Laura Loomer has a picture of Noah Holliman, the driver of this car, at an event with Andrew Gillum, the Democrat candidate for governor, which it makes things even more suspicious, of course. Now, this whole thing is just. It's a dumpster fire. In fact, you know what? Dumpster fire does not begin to cover this. This is flat out, straight up banana republic crap that is going on in Broward County right now. A couple of questions that come up with this. Number one, why the hell was this Brenda Snipes person, and with her long history of voter fraud and breaking the law, why the hell was she not removed from office before this 2018 midterm election? Everybody knew it was going to be a contentious election. Everybody knew there was going to be controversy. Wouldn't you think that they would want the best people in charge of every supervisor of elections office across the state? Why was she not removed? Why was she not removed back in 2016 when she was sued for destroying ballots by a Democrat, folks? This is what gets me about this, is the people who were warning us about this lady and how horrible she was and how corrupt she was were fucking Democrats. That's the crazy thing about all of this. And she was not removed. She wasn't even disciplined from what I could tell. There was absolutely nothing done about her. And then the response to this by the state, folks. You know how I feel about Rick Scott. You know I think he was a decent governor, except for his insane gun grab. I support Republican candidates across the board, especially this election. But my God, the response to this by the state, they need to step this shit up. It took a week for Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, to get involved with this and send the FDLE, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, down to Broward County to investigate. This was after Rick Scott, the day after the election and the day that all this stuff started, said that the FDLE needed to investigate, and then the FDLE responded, no, we're not investigating. So why? Why? That's what I want to know. That's the question we need to be asking from everybody, is why was this allowed to get to this point? We never should have gotten to this point in Broward County, and yet here we are. We're at this place where they keep, quote-unquote, discovering ballots that always benefit the Democrats. They haven't found any Republican ballots. Surprise, surprise. We've got this corrupt woman who is barring reporters from informing the people what is going on with the recount. She has missed deadline after deadline after deadline. She started her recount 4.5 hours late. Why is she not being removed? Why is the FDLE not investigating this, or why did they just start investigating this? Those are the questions that we need to ask. We need to get to the bottom of this, and we need to do it now, because if we don't, like I keep saying, this is going to get a hell of a lot worse, and it's going to get to the point where elections are meaningless. Hey guys, thanks so much for listening. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. As always, if you liked what you heard, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Both those things help me out quite a bit, and I will see you all next time.